was the scene last year. Now 2 championship banners hang in Chicago Stadium, and the question is, can the Bulls three-peat? We'll get a good idea tonight as they meet the Portland Trail Blazers for the first time since that NBA final. I'm Mike Carlson, working with me, Alton Bird. And Alton, it's been a rough start for Chicago this year.
Unusual start, but believe me, they are still the best team in basketball until someone beats them in a final. The surprising team, the Milwaukee Bucks, 10-4 in that division, and Dunleavy's doing the job. In the Pacific Division, the Portland Trail Blazers 10-3, the Seattle Supersonics and the Phoenix Suns right behind them, but this is a marquee matchup if ever there was one.
And the Portland Trail Blazers will not have their full starting lineup. Injuries, the story there. Who's out?
Well, Clyde Drexler having a little bit of problem with his left knee, the one he had arthroscopy on, or I should say his right knee, sorry Mike, and his left foot. Jerome Kersey, as usual, a bit of tendonitis on the left knee. Neither player is in Chicago. They will be sorely missed by the Blazers.
But the guy who is in Chicago is Michael Jordan. He's been having some injury problems, but he's back healthy tonight.
Well, what does it mean to Chicago? What would it mean to you, Mike, if you didn't have the best player on the planet in your team? The very best player is back. He'll be playing at home, and I expect a show out of Michael Jordan.
And you usually do get a show out of Michael Jordan in front of the hometown fans in Chicago. We'll take a look at the starting lineups now. As we said, with the 2 people missing in Portland, rookie Tracy Murray from UCLA moves in the starting lineup, and Marco Ealy, who they just picked up on the free agent market over the offseason, moves in at guard. For the Bulls, the usual starting lineup this year, B.J. Armstrong is in at guard, replacing Jim Paxson.
Well, it was a key change by Phil Jackson. He felt he needed a little bit more mobility, and BJ is exactly that. Paxson did have knee surgery in the offseason, and he's been a little bit slow to recover. Good test for Armstrong, but the guys that have to stand up and be counted tonight for the Blazers are young Tracy Murray and Mario Ealy, and this will be a good one for them.
And the interesting thing here is that Rod Strickland, who's played in that third guard role, stays in that role. Edelman obviously likes to have him come off the bench.
Well, he provides that much-needed lift. He wants to step up the transition. Their best running team, Portland's that is when Cliff Robinson and Rod Strickland come off the bench, and I think he doesn't want to permutate that rotation. He needs that rotation badly.
And normally with Robinson and Strickland, one of the best benches in the NBA, now they're going to be depleted, but Chicago, a whole new bench for them.
Well, they've added Rodney McRae, and they've also added, you know, a couple of other players like Trent Tucker, veterans of the NBA, guys that know how to win, but is still the best starting 5 in basketball today, those 5 Chicago Bulls that are out there.
And in Chicago, they love the team they call the Bulls. In Chicago Stadium, the home fans make an awful lot of noise, making Chicago very hard to beat at home. I like Michael Jordan's new mustache.
Well, you know, he goes from having a mustache to not to going clean-shaven. You know, Mike can do what he wants. He is Mike.
And he can do what he wants on the court as well as in the barber shop. Now, Alton and I will be back. Don't go away. Down to courtside, we've got Bob Neal and Doug Collins to bring you all the action.
Good defensive play by Tracy Murray, the rookie from UCLA, getting a start tonight because of Drexler and Kersey. Murray opens up firing. He is not bashful.
Now, Portland will not change their style with Drexler and Kersey out there. A running team, they're going to look to continue to run. They are not a half-court ball club, so don't look for them to control tempo.
B.J. Armstrong left alone. Duckworth with the rebound. Neither team able to score on early jump shots. Mario Ealy will be matched up defensively against Michael Jordan. Reporter at the point.
Mario Ealy is an excellent three-point shooter. Michael Jordan cannot leave him.
And the first points of the night.
Buck Williams has been really quiet lately offensively, averaging less than 8 points a ball game this season, down from his 11 points a game last year. A lot of that due to less minutes because of a better bench.
Seems to be pressing.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get a little bit more accomplished in fewer minutes. It's caused him some problems.
Horace Grant missing the perimeter shot. It's 2-0 Portland. Opening moments from Chicago Stadium. Terry Porter looking for the penetration. Portland likes to get the penetration, draw the foul if possible, or kick it out. That time the penetration, missing the shot. Scottie Pippen fouled by Buck Williams. Good foul. Matter of fact, he didn't foul him. He knocked it out of bounds.
Now, one of the things that Portland's going to have to be careful about is their transition defense. When Porter drives to the basket, Mario Elie is trained to go to the rebound. That time, no one back to protect. Buck Williams made a nice play to prevent the open court layup.
Michael Jordan. Plantar's fascia.
Bulls always like to go into Bill Cartwright early in the ball game.
3 rebounds for Duckworth early, and the Bulls have yet to score.
They've had 4 good shots. None of them have dropped.
To Duckworth. Tracy Murray, the rookie. Inside to Porter, posted against the shorter Armstrong. That's the result, and he'll go to the line.
Terry Porter very strong. We have to remember now, Terry Porter in college was a forward. He had to learn to play point guard once he got into the NBA, so it's a tough matchup for B.J. Armstrong. Let's look to see if Chicago will go back and give him any help.
Well, they're going to give him help by bringing John Paxson in off the bench. An early entry into the game for John Paxson, who's still nursing a sore left knee.
It's an interesting substitution. B.J. only has 1 foul, only played a minute and 41 seconds, so Paxson into the ball game here early.
Portland's 2 out of 4. Bulls are 0 for 3. Haven't hit a bucket yet. Terry Porter does not convert the 3-point opportunity. 4-0 Portland. 10:14 to go first quarter. Jordan with a pull-up jumper.
Well, so much for being rusty for not playing in a week.
Mentioned that it's his plantar fascia tendon. That's the arch tendon that is stretched on the left foot. Michael said when it first popped in the game, when it was injured, he thought he had broken his foot. So he feels very comfortable that that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that is the same foot that he broke his 2nd year in his career and missed 64 games. So Michael, a little cautious in coming back too soon.
Cartwright posted up against Duckworth. Quick moves. Blocked. Tracy Murray.
Now he can do that. Now he can do that. And deep. He can shoot the ball 5 feet behind that NBA 3-point line. Maybe the greatest range in the NBA of any player at this point in time.
First-round draft choice of Portland. He was the 18th player selected overall, Tracy Murray. Defense is suspect. Defense the story on a lot of rookies. Mario Elie trying to defend Jordan. Fouls it as Jordan hits the jumper and will go to the line.
Boy, he makes your offense look good again, doesn't he? Michael Jordan with 2 quick jump shots. This one off a little down screen. You're going to see Michael come off a rough screen. Mario Elie trailing him, gets a hand on the wrist. 3-point play opportunity for Michael Jordan. Has a chance here to score the Bulls' first 5 points.
Despite the difficulties Mario Elie will have tonight against Jordan, who misses the free throw, Mario Elie, a great free agent pickup for Portland. He blends in well on the bench.
Well, they didn't do anything to the nucleus of their team, so they were able to pick him up without having to give anything up in return.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Tracy Murray from Porter. Rebound Horace Grant. That's his 3rd rebound. Duckworth has 4 for Portland. Trying to post Pippen against Tracy Murray. You'd think Pippen could have a field day, a field night against the rookies. Pippen is fouled. He'll have a 3-point opportunity. Tracy Murray got him.
This is something as a coach you do not like to see. Fouling jump shooters. This is 2 possessions in a row now. Michael Jordan was fouled by Mario Elie. Scottie Pippen by Tracy Murray. A guy shoots a jump shot, Bob. You get a hand in his face. You check him off the board. You do not want to foul a guy 20 feet from the basket.
Both teams are 3 for 7 from the floor, and Pippen ties it at 7.
You see Chicago's hit their last 3 shots after missing their first 4. They're starting to warm up again.
First quarter performance very significant for both these clubs, Doug.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. We've got a nice graphic and we get a dead ball situation.
Duckworth with his duck hook. He and I have that in common. That's the duck hook.
Your golf shot, his basketball hook, right?
His living, yeah. Blazers.
Well, that's your living. You follow the sun.
I do. Paxson. Defended by Porter inside to Cartwright. Good pass. Stripped away by Duckworth. 10 to shoot for Chicago.
The Bulls actually would like to get Paxson back into a starting position to give them their continuity they've had over the last 4 years. Bring B.J. off the bench, but John has just not been healthy enough to play the amount of minutes they need.
Mario Elie with the offside rebound. He's got the speed off to Porter. Gets Paxson airborne, tried to draw it, but Paxson's a veteran. He didn't fall for it. Tracy Murray.
I'm telling you, the guy can shoot the basketball.
3-pointers early.
Scotty cannot help off to him. This young man can really shoot the ball. He was drafted to come in here to give them the range and the outside shooting that they have not had.
A 5-point lead for Portland. Cartwright from 14 feet. The ugliest jump shot in the NBA. I don't know if it's in the history of the league, but it's right up there.
Well, if you broke that shot down and tried to teach it at a clinic, you might have to have back surgery the next day.
12-9 Portland, 7:32 to go, first quarter. Duckworth posted against Cartwright. There's that hook shot, not this time. Rebound Pippen. Bulls on the run.
This is where Paxson has problems, pulling up and shooting his jump shot, something he did so effectively last year. He just does not have the leg strength or the balance.
Scottie Pippen. That's an effective element of this Bulls triangle offense.
And you can see with Michael on the floor how so much more comfortable Scottie is. The other night he struggled shooting 7 for 21 against the Boston Celtics.
1 point Portland lead now. They had led by 5 just 2 possessions ago.
Ellie can shoot it too. You've got to get up on him. He's a 50% three-point shooter.
Buck Williams kept it alive. Pippen with it on the run. Nice pass to Paxson for the spot jumper. Not this time. Blazers by 1.
See if they go to screen roll with Porter and Duckworth here. I'm surprised Scottie Pippen's giving Tracy Murray so much room. If Buck Williams would throw this ball back outside, it'd be another three-point shot opportunity.
Foul on Horace Grant is first. Timeout on the floor. 6:24 to go in the first quarter. On the far left, Steve McMichael of the Dub Bears, and on the far right, Jim Belushi of the Movies, here to watch the Bulls.
Let's talk about the game and the first quarter. Troubles lately for Portland. First 7 games, they were 7-0. First quarter, they outscored their opponents over 4 points a game. In the last 6 games, they're 3-3, and in the first quarter, they've been outscored over 7 points a ball game. The last 2 games, down 11 at the end of the first quarter to New York, down 16 to Indiana. They cannot do that here tonight in Chicago Stadium.
Blazers by 1, 12-11, 6:19 to go in the quarter. Paxson on Porter.
Here's the screen roll that I talked about.
And Cartwright steps out and bumps Porter.
See, Duckworth does a great job of being able to set the screen. He's like Lambeer. He does not roll to the basket. He fades out to shoot the jump shot. So the Bulls would like to trap that screen and roll, then rotate up to take away the quick jump shot from Kevin Duckworth.
3 team fouls on the Bulls, 2 against the Blazers thus far. Offensive foul. Michael Jordan flies all the way across the lane, and that's 2 on Mario Ellie.
You know, it's amazing that Michael Jordan could not practice for a week, take this kind of time off, and come out and be this quick and sharp. Normally, your game just doesn't flow that well. Michael Jordan is in another planet, to say the least.
Cartwright misses the baseline turnaround jumper, his favorite moves. Ellie on the run. Dishes to Buck Williams. Nice pass inside to Tracy Murray. Ricky couldn't get it to go.
It's too close.
Nice pass from Ellie. Williams can't get it. Kept alive. Murray still can't. Cartwright comes away.
I told you, Tracy Murray's too close to the basket. He's got to get out the three-point range.
Blazers by 1. Pippen fouled by Murray on the drive. Wave off the basket.
That's where Tracy Murray's going to have his hands full with Scottie Pippen. He's got to square him up and make him shoot jump shots. When Scottie turns the corner, he had to give the foul.
Tracy Murray with 2 fouls now. Murray and Ellie go to the bench, and the bench comes on, and the Portland Trailblazers get better. Cliff Robinson and Rod Strickland.
Well, now what will happen is Terry Porter will slide over and play the 2 guard against Michael Jordan. Strickland will play 1 against Paxson. Cliff Robinson will play 3 against Pippen. That's the versatility of their bench.
Porter playing Jordan.
And he'll go right to the post and jump over you.
And score. Michael has 6.
I think they're going to have to double team Michael and force him to give that up. Terry Porter at 6'3" cannot contest that jump shot. Cliff Robinson will come in firing, and he has been filling it up.
Had a short-lived lead. Short-lived live.
No, it's so hard to come in the first time you touch the ball and shoot the ball and make a shot. I always felt like you had to run up and down the floor a few times to get in rhythm.
Michael misses from long range that time. That was right on the 3-point lane. Bulls trailing by 1.
Now, Rod Strickland loves to play screen roll. Let's see if Paxson can do a good job against his penetration.
Foul away from the ball. Porter was trying to get away from Jordan down on the baseline, and they called it on Michael, his first.
Michael Jordan, one of the best low-post players in basketball. You can put in the centers, power forwards, anybody you want to. It's very difficult to stop him down there because of his great leaping ability and his ability then to beat you and take it to the basket.
Porter for three.
That's a quick shot. Terry Porter was not in rhythm. Michael Jordan, a hand up. Now, Michael Jordan and Terry Porter talked to each other the last couple times down the floor. Let's see if Michael wants to go right back to Terry Porter. Michael had an off-the-ball foul and posted Porter up. Let's see if they go back to him again. I think he's going right to the post, Bob.
There he is on the post. Bulls get it on the weak side to Pippen. He drains it from 17 over Cliff Robinson. Pippen has 7.
Well, it's good to be home for Scottie Pippen. His outside shooting has been suffering as of late. Shooting it very well tonight.
Bulls haven't played at the stadium since November 14th. Robinson from long range.
About one step too far.
Jordan rebounding to Pippen. Paxson left alone. Good pass from Scottie. Rebound Robinson. Bad pass Porter. 2 turnovers for the Trailblazers. Mike Williams doing what he does best. Bulls by 1. 3:31 to go in the quarter. Offensive foul, Rod Strickland.
John Paxson did an excellent job of reading Rod Strickland. When a player's quicker than you, you have to anticipate. So you give him a little fake, and then you step in, and you take the charge. Nice play by John Paxson to step in front of the quicker Rod Strickland.
3 turnovers now for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing the Bulls by 1.
Horace Grant wants to post up against Strickland. Michael said, no, I want to take it against Porter.
Horace Grant is drooling down there. 7 on the shot clock. And we got a foul.
Fouled the jump shooter, Bob. That's 3 times in this quarter that Portland has fouled the 20-foot jump shooter.
4th team foul on Trailblazers. Bulls also with 4. So next foul by either team will put them into penalty with 3:11 to go in the first quarter. And Scott Williams is going to get into the game for the Chicago Bulls. Next opportunity. 18,000 plus at the Madhouse on Madison Street. 1800 West Madison in cold Chicago. It's supposed to be down to 10 tonight. I heard just moments ago that the snow flurries and the wind, as they call it in Chicago, the hawk, is flying tonight.
It is cold, and it will be cold out in that parking lot when we leave the game tonight.
Well, my limo usually comes right to the door, so not a big problem.
See Bill Cartwright make both free throws. When you look at the Chicago Bulls shooting only 70% from the free throw line this year, that has been a real nightmare for them early in the season.
Bulls by 3. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cliff Robinson, who's been playing great, matched up against Scottie Williams.
You can just see his confidence. He's playing under control. He's playing with poise, not rushing it. He's playing great basketball. He's going to win the 6th Man of the Year award this year, I think, Bob.
I think he's the best 6th man in the league right now, for sure.
Well, you got Shrimp starting and Marley starting, so...
Paxson from long range misses. Buck Williams gets the board quickly down to Duckworth.
Strickland will not shoot the outside shot.
Duckworth from the baseline. Good feed by Strickland. They love to penetrate and kick it back out.
Well, Rod Strickland's only shooting 39%, so you know he's not going to shoot the jump shot. You've got to get back off of him and almost entice him, tease him into taking that outside shot.
This is Rod Strickland's hometown, of course. He played at DePaul.
Michael's going to back him in and jump right over the top.
And score. And Michael has 8 Bulls by 1. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Timeout, Portland Trailblazers, and Michael Jordan is playing without a limp, and he has 8 early. The Blazers trailing the Bulls by 1. The Blazers have picked it up a bit with the entry into the ball game of Cliff Robinson and Rod Strickland, and this bench has been strong.
Well, you see what Cliff Robinson has done in the last 7 of his last 9 games, scored 20-plus points. But when you talk about the Portland bench, one of the reasons why Tracy Murray started was because Rick Adelman did not want to destroy what he has going on the bench. And the Portland bench, with Mark Bryant playing well and with Strickland and with Mario Elie and Cliff Robinson, it gives them insurance, so when a Drexler and a Kersey has a problem, they can step in. And although they miss those guys, they have quality people coming in off the bench. What it does, though, now is it weakens your bench. Mario Elie picked up a couple quick fouls. We'll have to see how that plays out the rest of the evening.
King and Tucker in for Chicago. Tucker defending Porter. King playing Duckworth. Scott Williams on Robinson. 5 seconds to shoot. Tough drive, and Robinson is bailed out by the foul from Scott Williams, his first. 15 foul.
Bob, let's talk about the productive bench of the Blazers. Look, points per game plus 11 over their opponent, plus 2 rebounding, field goal percentage 10% higher than their opponents. This is one of the reasons why Portland, because of Drexler's surgery and struggling a little bit, you look at the Portland shooting, and it's amazing they're 10-3, Bob, as we see Dave Johnson come into the game. But Drexler's shooting 41%, Porter's shooting 41%, and Strickland's shooting 39%, and they're 10-3, which tells you that Mario Ellies and the Duckworths and the Cliff Robinsons and these other guys have played very, very well through the Portland's poor shooting.
Dave Johnson, by the way, Portland's first-round selection in the 1992 NBA draft out of Syracuse. He led the Orangemen in scoring and rebounding in 32 games last year. That's Dave Johnson. He wears number 4, defending Trent Tucker. Horace Grant from long range, not his shot, and Horace has been taking his share of those perimeter jumpers.
I think that's why Horace's field goal shooting is down about 8% also, not getting quite as many easy baskets.
Robinson missing from long range also. Portland ball, 11 on the shot clock.
Now that ball did not hit the rim, so it will not get a recycling. So as you said, only 11 seconds on the clock, 1:08 to go in the quarter. Let's see if they get a quick jump shot for Dave Johnson coming off this screen, or maybe even Rod Strickland.
Both teams 8 for 20 from the field. It's 40% early in this game.
To get it up, 7 seconds.
Robinson has 3 seconds on the penetration. Tough move. New shot clock. Cliff Robinson follows and scores.
Boy, Cliff Robinson drives so well to his left hand. He's a right-handed player, but the explosion on the second effort to get the offensive rebound and the putback was excellent.
Nice defense by Strickland. It was touched by Portland, so it's not an over and back. Scott Williams behind his back, off the glass, and he's fouled.
Scotty Williams, left-handed dribble behind his back, banking the shot on the run and getting fouled. Let's take a look at this one again. Look at this, behind the back, left-handed, locks Buck Williams' ankles up and then banks it in off the glass. Great play by Scott Williams. Look at this, nice play. And Buck Williams is an all-defensive performer at first team 2 years ago and second team last year, so that's one of the better defensive power forwards in the game.
Foul was on Cliff Robinson, his first. Rebound, Buck Williams out to Robinson.
Let's see if they get a quick shot up here, go 2 for 1. They need to get a quick one up here.
30 seconds in the quarter.
I don't think they're going to be able to do it now. They're going to have to slow it down and get a good shot.
Tied at 21. 10 to shoot.
How about Cliff Robinson?
Ice water. 9 points for Cliff Robinson off the bench. He was a second place, really, in most people's mind for in November Player of the Month. Of course, the Player of the Month was Michael Jordan.
Stacey King with an offensive foul as he turned to hand the ball off to B.J. Armstrong. He twisted and got his hip on Rod Strickland. Now, Terry Porter in the ball game. Why is he in? He's a 3-point shooter. Look for Strickland to push the ball ahead. 10 seconds. Try to break down the defense. If he can't get all the way back to the basket, kick it out for an open shot.
There it is, the penetration, the kick. Robinson misses from 3-point land. Rebound, Stacey King, and that'll end the first quarter with the Blazers leading it by 2. Low-scoring first quarter, 23-21. The Blazers 23-21 as we start the second quarter. Michael Jordan, it was questionable whether or not he would play. Injured his left arch against the Knicks. Didn't play against Boston. Bulls lost. He's back in. You see his production. Off the bench, Cliff Robinson is the man for Portland.
Well, a couple key statistics in the first quarter. Chicago 43% from the field. That's what they've shot in the last 3 ball games. Portland out-rebounding Chicago 17-11. When Portland out-rebounds their opponents, they're 8-0.
The lob attempt inside to David Johnson goes awry. That's 4 Portland turnovers. Armstrong, who started, played only a couple of minutes, went out, is back in the game for Chicago.
Now you see the second unit of Chicago on the floor. Interestingly enough, not Rodney McCray.
Great pass from Pippen.
Rodney McCray has not gotten into the ball game. He played 32 minutes the other night, only had 2 points.
I'm not sure the Bulls were a lot better off losing Livingston and Hodges, particularly getting McCray. He has not produced so far. That's goaltending, offensive basket interference.
Well, there's no question that Rodney McRae has struggled. He has been very lethargic. He has not been aggressive either offensively or defensively. And you see the nice pass, and there's the goaltend on Scotty Williams. Give the 2 points to Mark Bryant.
Blazers by 2 early in the second quarter. Along with Doug Collins, Bob Neal with you from Chicago Stadium. Trent Tucker.
Bob, what you're seeing is Scottie Pippen with a second unit. Probably after a few minutes, Michael will come in for him and stabilize that second unit. Phil likes to keep one of those guys on the floor with the bench people.
Johnson missing from the baseline. Scott Williams with his first rebound of the game. He's becoming a force for the Bulls, no question about it. Nice center or power forward. Stacey King. Nice move. Stacey has not been playing well of late, but he looked good on that drive.
Stacey was 4 for his last 19 field goals. I'm sure it feels very good for him to make his first shot tonight.
The Bulls have tied it at 25. Strickland with the penetration. He's fouled on the drive. Wave off the basket. That fouls on Tucker.
That's his first.
The Bulls got caught in a mismatch that time with Trent Tucker playing Rod Strickland. Does not have the quickness to do that. Strickland was wise to take it to the basket and draw the foul. So this lineup on the floor, Strickland's going to play screen roll with Duckworth, and they're going to go to Cliff Robinson.
Strickland penetrating. Block shot. Scotty Williams out to Pippen. Armstrong. Blocked by Robinson. Saved by Duckworth.
See, BJ's got to drop that ball off. It was 2-on-1. He had Scotty for a dunk. He tried to take it against the shot blocker.
Strickland penetrates and kicks it to Robinson from the perimeter.
Well, Uncle Cliffy felt it on both ends. A great block, and then he comes back with a jump shot. So this was the Cliff Robinson highlight package here, Bob. I don't know if we're going to be able to see from this angle, but Cliff Robinson is back in a 2-on-1. You're going to see the nice block by Scott Williams. The ball is outletted to Scottie Pippen, who finds BJ. Now BJ's going to get, once he gets him in the air, if he drops the ball off, so you see where Scottie Pippen is, he had a layup. Now, Cliff Robinson hustles back to the other end and gets the open jump shot to give the Blazers a 2-point lead.
Rod Strickland signed as a free agent with Portland on July 3rd, and he may have found a home here.
Well, he gives him a true point guard, a guy that can penetrate, collapse the defense like this, and find open shooters. Really the first true point guard they've had. Frees Terry Porter up to play a lot of the off guard and shoot the basketball rather than have to handle it the whole game.
Strickland with the offside rebound.
There you go. I told you, he loves that shot. He's been too close to the basket. See, he missed 2 layups, steps back out. Now he's 3 3-point shots in the ball. Well, that's only a 2.
He stepped on the line. I'm watching his feet. You're watching the heads. I'm watching the feet. it's like All-Star Saturday. Tucker to Scottie Pippen. 10 to shoot for the Bulls. Tucker beats Murray. Nice pull-up by the veteran.
Well, nice head fake to get Cliff Robinson in the air. Froze the defender and made the nice, tough little jump shot.
First basket of the night for Trent Tucker. Rod Strickland played it to Paul. Tracy Murray. That was for 3. Stacey King the rebound and Pippen on the run.
Portland's doing a nice job getting back in the transition game. Chicago really has not had many open floor opportunities.
Stacey King, nice move in the paint. He has 4. Well, Michael Jordan took a rest as the Bulls trap. Almost stolen by Tucker. David Johnson, tough inside move. Didn't get it to go. Jordan went out with 2 minutes to go in the first period. 8:27 to go in the half, and Michael hasn't returned.
Chicago would like to scramble this game a little bit, get Portland going up and down the floor, because with Drexler and Kersey gone, they're down to really 7, 8 guys that they normally play. They'd like to get this game up tempo at home and run a little bit more. Portland has done a nice job really of taking care of the ball and getting back defensively to prevent that from happening. Also getting some second and third shots around the basket.
Tied at 29. Armstrong defending Strickland. Pass inside to Cliff Robinson. Nice job on the pass, and Robinson a good job receiving the ball. Pippen was on him, and Cliff has 13.
Well, Cliff got the ball, and Scotty got his headband.
And his headband's down around his eyes now. Is this the no-look dunk?
Oh, he can see.
Nah. Trent Tucker from long range. Blazers and Bulls tied at 31.
Nice moves by Rod Strickland. What quickness. change of direction behind his back.
First basket of the night for Rod.
Well, Stacy wants it in a quick post-up against Mark Bryant.
There's the double team. Bulls find the open man. It's Pippen. Gets Robinson airborne and lays it in. High at 33. 9 for Pippen.
Now, when you got a shot blocker, many instances, all you have to do is flick your eyebrows and he'll leave the ground. That time, Scotty with a nice head and shoulder fake ball fake, and Cliff Robinson went flying for the second time.
David Johnson trying to get something off the dribble against Pippen. He can play the defense. 5 seconds to shoot.
That's a tough shot. It'll be a loose ball foul on Mark Bryant.
That's why he was so open for the rebound. Strickland can really get the ball down inside the paint.
Well, look at the change of direction. I mean, behind the back left-handed, goes right past B.J. Armstrong, and then the nice move, a little finger roll around the basket. That's vintage Rod Strickland there.
So Michael Jordan is back in the ball game now. Michael set out, let's see, 7 minutes. He was gone with 2 minutes and then 5 minutes. So let's see if that arch on his left foot tightened up any. Armstrong left alone from Jordan. Bulls lead it by 2.
That's BJ's first 2 points of the game. Looks like Chicago trying to extend their defense a little bit. Horace Grant does a very good job of coming up the floor and playing bigger players.
10 to shoot for the Trailblazers. Robinson kicks it to Ellie, who has that shot. Not this time. Horace Grant. Bulls have the numbers. Big rebound by Stacey King.
Well, Stacey got that rebound 1-on-3.
That's 4 rebounds. Pippen takes it inside. Left hand. Pass Murray over Robinson. 11 points. The Bulls lead it by 4. 6:02 to go in the first half. This game has been tied 8 times, but the Bulls are now up by 2 buckets.
It's now time for the AT&T Long Distance Shootout.
Michael Jordan with a near steal of Mario Ellie. The Bulls were outscored just 15-14 with Jordan on the bench.
Well, they did a nice job, and their defense is good. Cliff Robinson has been the guy that's kept Portland close. Nice ball movement.
Mark Bryant got the position and the rebound.
That's a nice pass though by Scottie Pippen back to BJ for the open shot.
A couple of rebounds for Mark Bryant. Bench. Remember, Drexler and Kersey are back in Portland. They came to practice with the Portland Trailblazers today. Both of them with swollen knees.
You know, Horace Grant has been very quiet in this game. Horace likes to get off to a good start. He has not scored in the ball game tonight. No points for Horace, and I don't remember getting an offensive rebound.
4 rebounds, no offensive boards.
There he is, right there. He's the leading offensive rebounder in the league at 5 per game. Gets a lot of his scores in this offense by second shot opportunities off Scotty and Michael's misses. Oh, nice pass
From Buck Williams, and the foul.
Oh, nice play there. You called it. Buck Williams with a great bounce pass. Cliff Robinson had his man sealed. That's 15 points now for Cliff Robinson. But look at the bounce pass. He has B.J. Armstrong on his back, and then Scotty tries to get the block and gets the foul.
Tied at 37 now.
That's the only way that pass could have gotten through by Buck Williams. Just a great entry pass into the post. Cliff Robinson with 16 points already in this game off the bench.
He's been averaging 20 points per game in his last 7. Loose ball foul. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug Collins and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. Leading candidate right now is certainly Cliff Robinson. Michael Jordan's left arch is okay, enough for him to play. He has played in the ball game, but played up until 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, then set out 7 minutes. He's back in now.
Going to go back to Cliff Robinson in the post against Scottie Pippen. Watch for the lob here. He'll roll out and lob.
6 seconds to shoot. Armstrong from Jordan. Rimmed out of there. Horace Grant with the loose ball. Yep, it was knocked away by Robinson. Got the foul on Armstrong.
BJ's frustrated. He's missed about 3 or 4 open jump shots that he normally makes.
He's playing with a sore thigh, by the way. He was hurt in practice. Cartwright got him in the knee.
Bill's done that to a lot of guys in his career. Not on purpose, but just by being Bill.
Yeah, he wears a sign that says this area dangerous. Don't come in here. See the bench scoring, big difference. Of course, we talked about this at Portland bench. Blazers lead it by 1. Ellie for 13.
Well, Mario Ellie, that was a very tentative shot. He had the open shot. Instead of taking it, he put it on the floor to try to get a better one. Then he guided it instead of taking the shot.
15 second.
Rodney McCray comes into the ball game for the Chicago Bulls. Rodney has been struggling since coming here to Chicago. Has played off the bench in every game. Had his first start in Boston, but in 32 minutes scored only 2 points, had 3 rebounds. Has been shooting just 20% over the last 4 games.
Well, interesting lineup here. Chicago's going 2 big guards. Got a moving foul, I think, on Stacey King.
Chicago person. Offensive foul.
Let's look at the changing faces. Cliff Livingston. Craig Hodges gone. Rodney McCray, Trent Tucker in their place. You can see the production is down, but a lot of that also, in fairness to Chicago and their struggles here early in the year, is that John Paxson is struggling back from his knee surgery, as is Bill Cartwright. And the personality of this team has changed a little bit. Hodges and Livingston, very upbeat guys. You've got 2 new guys to the roster. That takes time to get used to.
Duckworth against Grant. Grant playing with 2 personal fouls. Duckworth hits the hook, and the Blazers lead it by 3, and it's a 7-0 Portland run. Chicago had hit 5 in a row and now missed 7 in a row. Loose ball foul on Kevin Duckworth. That's 2 on Kevin.
It's only the 3rd team foul, so the Blazers not yet over the penalty.
And the Bulls have committed 4, by the way, with 3 minutes to go in the half.
Here's the post up. When in doubt, go to Michael in the post.
There's the double team. Robinson with the foul on the attempted block. 2 on Robinson now. 4th team foul. Next foul will put both in the penalty. You always know when Cliff Robinson's really upset because he removes the headband.
Well, I think this was a good block. I think Michael got the benefit of the doubt right here. Jack Madden giving him that call. But if we watch it from another angle, Michael did not get fouled by Cliff Robinson. This is all ball right there. So these are 2 gifts for Michael at the free throw line.
Michael's missed 2 free throws tonight. Chicago's 0 for 7 from the floor in their last field goal attempts after hitting 6 in a row.
Well, Chicago has not shot the ball well all season long. Their shooting is off about 3% this year. Their field goal or their free throw shooting is off 4%.
Robinson is fouled on the drive. He was fouled by Rodney McCray.
Personal foul. Rodney McCray, his first penalty.
If you're Portland, you have to say, we've got to be very pleased right now. Drexler, Kersley gone, Rick Adelman looking on. 2 minutes and 45 seconds ago, the Bulls only have 38 points at home. And you expect Chicago to run more at home. They're a team that really feeds off this crowd, and Portland has kept this crowd rather quiet.
It's a 3-point Blazers lead, 2:35 to go in the half.
No, they're shooting jump shots. Not getting anything going to the basket. Portland is doing a good job of building a wall and forcing all jump shots.
Robinson left McCray alone, but he still missed. McCray is 2 for his last 11 shots from the field. And the Bulls are 0 for their last 9 in this game. 2 minutes to go.
Screen roll. Ellie against Scottie Pippen. They're going to call an offensive foul.
Got that shoulder down into Pippen, and that's 3 on Mario Ellie.
Mario Ellie, as a starter, has not scored tonight and has 3 fouls. Normally he comes off the bench and gives them a big lift. There's the push-off against Scottie Pippen in the foul. Mario Ellie on the season shooting about 53%, averaging close to 10 points a ball game, shooting 50% from the 3-point line. He's not been able to get anything going tonight offensively.
With his 3, sits down. Rookie Tracy Murray from UCLA checks in. Murray had the start tonight with Drexler and Percy back and forth.
See how Portland's jamming everything, though? Everything is a jump shot. See, Scottie Pippen shoots the jumper with a hand in his face.
I think Robinson got a piece of that. Cartwright offensive board. Duckworth didn't like it as Cartwright really popped him before he laid it in. Minute 30 to go, first half, 1-point game. Very competitive game here tonight. I thought the Bulls had a chance to blow these guys out with Drexler and Percy.
Well, thanks to this guy, he's keeping it close.
Go to the line, McRae with 2 quick fouls.
When you struggle, you fall into fouls. No shots go for you. It seems like anything that can go wrong will. That's Murphy's Law. And right now, Rodney McRae is living that as a basketball player here in Chicago. New environment. You'd like to come in, make an immediate hit with the fans. That has not happened. And Chicago fans can get down on you. Just ask Stacey King. He went through it here a couple seasons ago. So you have to hope for the Chicago Bulls' sake that Rodney McRae can get it cranked up here relatively soon. They need big minutes from him and some numbers.
Just ask Mike Ditka.
Exactly. You know, you can be popular and not popular in a hurry.
19 points for Cliff Robinson. Blazers by 3, minutes 17 to go in the half. Into Cartwright. Good play by Robinson. And a good pass from Cartwright to Pippen, who lays it in, and he has 13. 1-point Blazers lead. 1 minute to go in the half.
Terry Porter only 2 points in this game, and Portland is winning. You have to really look at the numbers and say, how are they doing it other than Cliff Robinson?
That's the answer. Good play by Pippen. 3 seconds to shoot. Porter from the baseline. That beat the buzzer. The rebound was stolen. It was knocked away by Buck Williams and then laid in by Tracy Murray, who has 10 points.
Chicago going 2 for 1. A quick shot. So they'll get the last shot of the half.
Porter is fouled hard with 28.7 to go in the half.
That's another foul on Rodney McRae. That's 3 fouls on Rodney McRae, and he lost the last loose ball into the basket. So again, Rodney McRae, the victim here of a tough play by Terry Porter, taking the ball right to his chest and creating the foul.
Blazers and Bulls are tied at 45.
Well, actually, Terry Porter went so quickly up and down the floor. There's still almost 29 seconds to go, so Portland will get the last shot of the half. So actually, both teams here in the last 34 seconds are going to get 2 shots apiece.
McRae's going to sit down as Trent Tucker re-enters the game. And Rod Strickland's coming in for Portland. He'll replace Kevin Duckworth.
See, now, if I'm Rick Adelman right now, the one thing I don't want to happen is Cliff Robinson has 2 fouls. I do not want him to pick up his 3rd foul in the last 29 seconds. I tell him, Cliff, don't go for a shot block. I want you to have 4 fouls going into the second half. This 3rd foul could change the whole complexion of the game. Let's see what happens.
Blazers by 2. Robinson, Buck Williams, Strickland, Tracy Murray, and Porter on the floor for the Blazers.
We're going to isolate, let Michael Jordan go one-on-one against Porter. Trent Tucker's a 3-point shooter. Scottie Pippen will shoot 3 from the corner.
Funny, haven't seen that before. Michael misses the 18-footer with 8 seconds to go in the half. Porter really struggling getting it across the line. Strickland, offensive foul into Scottie Pippen. Chicago ball down by 2, and that's 2 fouls on Strickland.
Well, Chicago's scrambling everywhere. Rick Adelman upset, felt that Terry Porter was fouled in the back court. 2.2 seconds. Can they throw a long pass to Michael Jordan? We've seen this a lot. They're going to double team Michael.
Horace Grant from downtown. And the Blazers have a 2-point halftime lead.
Welcome back to Chicago Stadium. Mike Carlson and Alton Bird. Portland leading the Bulls by 2 at halftime, and a good half, Alton.
A very good half. You know, a very surprising half given they're missing 2 of the key starters, and obviously what many people say is the 2nd best player in the NBA, and Clyde Drexler. Everyone has stood up to be counted, especially Cliff Robinson, who's got 19 in the first half, and he's put on a special performance to help carry the Portland Trail Blazers.
Neither team shooting particularly well in the first half. Backcourt problems. Porter and Strickland have 6 combined. Armstrong and Paxson only have 2.
Yeah, and as you well know, Mike, it has not been as easy for the Chicago Bulls this year as last year, only averaging 105 points, shooting 48% from the floor, 71 from the foul line, and the point differentials only +5 and +2. And that makes a big difference. Teams are better this year, and they're better prepared.
Now look how Portland's double-teaming Chicago, but that leaves John Paxson open for the shot, but he misses. He missed all 3 of the shots he took, and that's been one problem for Chicago. At the other end, Cliff Robinson's not missing much.
Yeah, he's taking Scottie Pippen to school in a matchup that you would have thought Pippen, who's an all-defensive NBA forward, would be able to play against well. But Robinson's on song, 19 points on 7 of 13 from the floor.
And rookie Tracy Murray has 10. He's looking okay, replacing Kersey, but Mario Ely has 0. Meanwhile, having something, we had a wedding going on at halftime while you were away. Keith and Judy Lambert got married. When they asked if there were any objections, 15,000 people yelled out no. Somebody should have said yes. Stay single, guy. And Benny the Bull took the priest after the ceremony. God knows what Benny the Bull did to him afterwards. Now Kevin Porter brings the ball down for Portland. What do they have to do in this half?
Well, certainly they've got to continue to play the way they've played and try and exploit people like Tracy Murray, make sure he gets in the game, but Porter has to come good.
Okay, that's the word from the bird. Let's go down and get the word from Bob Neal and Doug Collins.
Blazers by 2. Opening moments of the second half here. Michael Jordan, it was questionable whether Michael could go. He loosened up. That sore left arch is okay, and he's playing.
Well, Bob, if I told you right now, Terry Porter had 4, Mario Elie had none. They're the starting guards. Would you say that the Blazers had a 2-point lead? I'm sure the answer would be no. There's a tough shot by Buck Williams.
Rebound, Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael hit 4 of his first 5 shots, then went 1 for 5 to end the half after he came back off the bench.
Boy, Cartwright hard to the hoop and was fouled by Buck Williams after he beat Kevin Duckworth. That's Buck's first.
Quick spin move by Bill Cartwright into the lane. He wheels right against Kevin Duckworth, and he takes the ball. Clean block upstairs by Buck Williams, but he got him with the body.
Michael Jordan in the first half with 12 points. Doug told you that he finished up shooting 50%, but he started hot and finished kind of cool. Wondered how Michael's arch would feel after the halftime, and we understand that he says it's feeling okay. He's not having a lot of problem with it. Big story in the Boston Globe when Chicago lost to Boston on Wednesday about this might be a tear in the plantar fascia tendon, and it might end Michael's career. He said that's hogwash, and obviously it's not been torn or he wouldn't be able to play.
Well, I think the gist of the story was that John Havlicek had that injury, and it really forced him to suffer in his career with it, but obviously every foot is different.
And John had a tear, and Michael just strained. Armstrong on the run.
I think if the Chicago gets any kind of run, you're going to see a timeout.
Cartwright missed the layup. The pass from Grant. That's 8 rebounds for Buck Williams.
Nice play there by Buck Williams. Screen roll. You can see that any time that Portland bogs down, they're going to go screen roll. Buck Williams has been very active here, taking 3 shots early in the third quarter, going 1 for 3.
Jordan left alone. It'll be Portland ball. I noticed when Michael was warming up before the game, he looked like he did have relative quickness and could move around, but he was missing a lot of his shots in practice.
Well, you know, you got a stoppage of the play here by Jack Madden. But you know what? When you come back, you know, it's tough to get into your rhythm. Michael got off to a quick start. When he sat down and he came back, he's really not gotten the rhythm back yet. Everything is a jump shot, though. Nothing explosive going to the basket.
10 seconds to shoot for the Trailblazers. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Portland misses the 3 attempts. Portland is 0 for their last 7 3-point attempts. Blazers continue to lead by 2, and that's 7 turnovers.
Michael in the post.
Yes, that's about a 12-footer.
When in doubt, put Michael in the post. Again, he's such a tremendous low post player.
14 points for Michael tonight, the 11th tie of this ball game. Tracy Murray can get the shot off the dribble. Misses from the left hand. Pippen behind the back. Michael back to Pippen. And the foul.
That's a good foul. It's a good foul, though. Scottie Pippen went up strong. This crowd is looking for something to get excited about. Had Scottie been able to slam dunk that, this crowd would have been able to get into the game. Scottie has been really struggling at the free throw line this year. He shot very well last year.
That's 2 on Buck Williams.
Shot 76% last year, only 63% this year. So Horace Grant's free throw shooting 74% last year, 51% this year. So the 2 starting forwards for Chicago having their problems at the free throw line.
Scottie Pippen with 14 points tonight.
Mario Ellie fell asleep.
How many times have we seen Michael Jordan steal the rebound and jam it home off the missed free throw? That got this crowd on their feet.
And here's the timeout that I talked about. Mario Ellie falls asleep, and Michael with a spectacular slam dunk.
Bulls have outscored the Blazers 7-2 here early in the third quarter.
Well, here's Mario Ellie. He falls asleep. Michael cuts right in front of him. He gets the dunk, and Mario goes, "Oh, coach, my fault," as the crowd is now going crazy, and the Bulls have a 3-point lead.
That got everybody stirred up. Michael with 16. You see the Blazers have hit only 1 of 7 in this quarter. Right against Cliff Robinson.
Likes a jump hook left-handed. He gets called for the traveling violation.
That's 6 Chicago turnovers.
Now Portland's going to win this game. They have got to get something from Terry Porter. He has 4 points in the ball game and has not been able to get his shot tonight. They have got to go to him, and he's got to start making some outside jumpers.
They got to get more than 2 points at 3.5 minutes also. Biggest Chicago lead has been 4 points.
See, they go right back to Cliff Robinson in the game.
3 Bulls around him. It was Grant who got his hands on the ball. 2 on the shot clock. 2 seconds to shoot. Duckworth has it blocked, but he had to throw the shot as the clock wound down.
You know, Kevin Duckworth saying to himself, you know, I want the ball in the low post. Don't throw it to me out here where I got to beat the shot clock. I really don't need those kind of shots.
Bulls by 3. Cartwright setting a big lead. That's Chicago's biggest lead of 5 points.
We're in the danger zone right now. Portland's seeing it slipping away right now. They need a hoop here.
Chicago. Buck Williams gets it to fall.
Are they going to give him the continuation? They're going to call it before.
They're going to say, and Buck Williams doesn't feel happy about that at all. No basket.
Well, you know what? The ball did not go back on the floor, so the rule states that on the continuation, if the whistle blows and you do not take another dribble, you're supposed to get the continuation. So I think Buck Williams got cheated out of 2 points there.
Horace Grant with 4 fouls sits down, and at halftime, Horace Grant had no points on 0 for 5 shooting, but he did have 7 rebounds. Porter over Armstrong.
They need that.
Bulls by 3. 6 points for Porter.
You know, Michael's starting to look a little more frisky here. Let's see if he gets aggressive. The last time down the floor, he looked like he was moving a little bit better.
They waved that one off, too. No continuation.
Personal foul 3, Cliff Robinson is third.
3 fouls on Cliff Robinson now. Cliff Robinson having a lot of playing time in this game, as is Mario Ellie and several of the other players, because 2 of their key players are not here tonight. Drexler and Kersey had to go back to Portland, both with swollen knees. They put Kersey on the injured list.
I think Michael's ready for one of those explosions here. You can just sort of sense it. He's got a little more bounce in his step. I've watched him go up and down the floor the last couple times. I really think that dunk got him excited.
Michael with 18 in this game. Robinson, using the screen, is fouled by Pippen. Michael leads the league in scoring at 33.7 per game. And he has 18 at the moment. Boston leading Miami. Boston will be in here in Chicago tomorrow night. And San Antonio out in front of New Jersey, at New Jersey by 7. Detroit by 10. Atlanta trailing at Indiana. Cliff Robinson with 20 points. Early, Denver leading Golden State.
Well, the Blazers are hanging in there. It's down only 3.
56-53, Chicago. 7 minutes to go, third quarter.
Here comes Michael again. He's feeling it, Coach. I'm telling you.
Follow-up jam by Scott Williams.
Michael's got that look. I've seen that many times. Like, give me the ball, get out of the way. I'm going to get us some points here.
Michael getting a real rest defensively because Mario Elie has not been a factor in the game offensively at all. Porter for 3. That's keeping Portland in. They're trailing by 2.
Well, Terry Porter has gotten the wake-up call offensively. That's 5 quick points.
Cartwright defended by Duckworth. Gonna lean in, but he travels. That's 2 in this quarter and 7 Chicago turnovers.
Here's Michael on the drive. Now, I think if Michael is really feeling, he dunks his basketball, but he takes it to the other side. Normally, he'll try to jump right over the top of you there. Try to sneak the ball through the arms of 3 defenders, and a nice follow-up by Cartwright.
Porter on the double team to Duckworth.
We got to go back to Porter.
Robinson back to Duckworth from the baseline.
Good ball movement. Cliff Robinson and Kevin Duckworth with a nice little fading jump shot.
Portland's battled back into a tie here. They had trailed by 5. That's Chicago's biggest lead of the game. 12 ties in this game. Portland with a chance to regain the lead now. There's the double team out high, the trap. Elie. Buck Williams fouled as he lays it in from Chicago Stadium. Standing room only crowd. Bob Neal, Doug Collins with you. The Chicago Bulls half a game out of the lead in the Central Division. Portland Trailblazers only a half a game in front of the Pacific. The first time the two have met since the championship series last year, in which Chicago won their 2nd consecutive world championship, 4 games to 2 over the Trailblazers. I might add here also that Clyde Drexler and Jerome Kersey went back to Portland after the Portland shoot-around this morning, both with swollen knees.
When you say the Chicago Bulls are trailing in the Central Division, they are not trailing the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're trailing the surprising Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, I like the look of that Milwaukee team, and I know you've always been a fan of the coaching.
Oh, Mike Dunleavy's a tremendous coach. He's done a great job. They got some speed and quickness on that team now, and they are an exciting ball club.
7 new players for Milwaukee, and another one today.
Yeah, that's right. John Barry, huh?
Blazers by 1 here.
Michael's looking for a reverse here. He's trying to set Elie up for a lob.
10 to shoot. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
On Scott Williams, that's his 3rd foul.
His 3rd.
8 Chicago turnovers. 5:23 to go, third quarter. Porter, Buck Williams, Duckworth, Cliff Robinson, and Mario Elie on the floor for Portland.
Duckworth against Stacey King. Now, Stacey not a shot blocker.
There's the double team. And that's off Cliff Robinson. It was tipped off the hands of Pippen, then Robinson, and now 9 Portland turnovers. Paxson, Jordan, Scott Williams, Stacey King, and Pippen on the floor for the Bulls. Michael Jordan has 20.
Makes the game look too easy, Bob. That's not fair.
Blocked by Stacey King. Pippen wanted to use Williams for the screen, but Williams backed right into it. 10 to shoot for Chicago.
Michael wants it in the post against Elie. Medium range jumper here. Turn around.
Elie pushed him out. Michael backs back in. Scott Williams with a near miss on what would have been a monster offensive board and jam. Robinson pulls up.
You know, Cliff Robinson is playing so well. He's playing all-star basketball right now for Portland, whether he's coming off the bench or whatever. This guy is playing great basketball.
23 points.
Bob, I've never seen him so poised with him shooting his shots. He's not shooting those wild flying shots that he took last year.
And he can play any of those positions up front for Portland.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what he can play. He's right now matched up against Scottie Pippen at the 3. You'll see him at the 4 spot and the 5 spot.
Seesaw game, Bulls by 1.
I think you got to go back to Porter. Oh,
Duckworth.
He banked that one in. I don't think he called that. That was a baseline bank shot.
That's a tough one. Horse shot. 10 points for 0-0. Probably forgotten that Duckworth plays college basketball here in Illinois at Eastern Illinois.
Played in high school at Thornridge here in Chicago.
Missing from long range. Porter bothered. He's all alone, and Robinson couldn't find the handle, as we like to say in football.
We see John Paxson. Normally he makes those open jump shots. He's going to try to post John Paxson. Let's see if they come over and double team and give some help.
Porter over Paxson.
And 7 points now in this quarter for Terry Porter. They were down 5, and he's come now with 7 points in this quarter. They're now up 3. But Paxson's such a great shooter. He just didn't have his legs, and you can see in his release, Bob, he's struggling with a confidence in his shot. I think it's 0 for 5 in the ball game now.
The Bulls had built a 5-point lead, and the Blazers have come back to lead it by 3. Well, baseball and basketball. Look at Dave Stewart there wearing a Pirates hat. On the right, Mark McGuire.
Well, he's not going to Pittsburgh. They're getting rid of all their players making any money, so he's not going to be in Pittsburgh.
Maybe they've got a lot of extra money there. And Cal Ripken also in the picture. Welcome to Chicago. Not much baseball played. It's supposed to be down to 10 degrees tonight. Keep bundled up, Dave.
See if they go back to Michael in the post against Terry Porter.
Pippen wanted that one. He stepped into Robinson and he shot it over.
Well, Scotty made the good move on the season. He's 2 for 18 from the 3-point line, so he got a little step closer and was able to stick the jump shot.
Blazers by 1. Pippen has 20.
Now they put Michael over on Porter to try to cool him off. This is something they like to do when a guy gets hot.
Michael slipping on the floor seems to be all right. Good defensive play by Rod Strickland.
Let's watch the matchups now. You've got Michael playing Porter at the 2. And you have Strickland now and Paxson matched up against each other, as Portland now has gone to Strickland and Porter at the back court.
Posting up Jordan against Porter. Williams open from 16. Rebound, Terry Porter.
See, Michael draws double teams, and that's a free throw for Scott Williams. He's got to be able to make that.
Cliff Robinson so quick with the release. This time air ball. Scotty Williams comes away. I think somebody got a hand on it.
Looks like Scottie Pippen got a little piece of that one.
Pippen got a piece of it. He has 22.
You know, you're saying, why is not Cliff Robinson up challenging Scottie Pippen? Because you want him to shoot jump shots. You do not want Pippen breaking down your defense. So if he's going to beat you that shot, you've got to congratulate him. You'll keep him off the free throw line and keep him out there on the 18 to 20-foot mark at the perimeter.
Following the timeout, the Bulls have regained the lead by 1 with 1:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Duckworth is fouled.
Penalty situation. That'll be 2 free throws for Kevin Duckworth.
And Blazers have committed 3. And that's the 3rd personal on Stacy.
See, I think they're going to have to put Scott Williams on Duckworth because he's bigger, he can block shots, and move Stacey King over to Buck Williams. And that possession, Portland spotted the mismatch. So let's see the next time down the floor if Chicago puts Scott Williams against Duckworth.
Pippen, by the way, hasn't missed this quarter. He's 4 out of 4 from the floor. Tied at 66.
Well, if you told Rick Adelman right now, hey, Rick, there's a minute 35 to go in the 3rd quarter, you're up a point, would you take it with Drexler and Kersey not here? And I'm sure he'd say, let's put it on the bank and let's play 14 minutes and see who wins this game.
Rick told me today he really likes this Portland team this year. You know, they've been disappointed the last 3 years that people have expected them to get to the championship game and win it. And he said he thinks they've really been helped by the addition of the bench players, Strickland and Mario Ellie, and of course the great play by Cliff Robinson. And said if the players have to miss now, Kersey and Drexler, to get over those sore knee problems, he thinks now's the time for them to miss.
Well, you know, so much is said about having the home court advantage, and it is very, very important, but not at the expense of not having a healthy team. See, both of these teams have shown that they can win anywhere. These are the top 2 road teams in basketball, as well as the top records in basketball really over the last 3+ seasons. So they can both win on each other's courts if they are healthy.
Bulls now extend the defense. 13 ties and 16 lead changes in this ball game. Been a good one. 10 to shoot for Trailblazers.
Buck Williams got away with changing his pivot feet.
Duckworth is posted down there against Scott Williams. Sumo wrestling, and they call Scott Williams, and that's his 4th.
Well, the emphasis on the season has been cleaning up low post play. We're going to see the arm wrestling here in the post between Scott Williams and Duckworth. One has a full Nelson, the other one is in a near pin. The foul goes against Scott Williams, but fouls are up 6% this season, 3+ per game, and the emphasis has been on taking away the arm wrestling in the low post. And I happen to like that rule. I do not like to see guys throwing each other down around the basket. I think you lose that it's a game of skill, and although strength is important, I don't think that strength should be able to take away from a skilled player around the basket.
Spoken like the true wiry finesse 6'6" guard you were.
I wasn't going to throw anybody down, that's for sure, Bob.
Blazers 69-68, 57 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Going against Portland, they've isolated the side. Pull up, he has.
But again, Portland making Chicago shoot jump shots.
Bulls by 1.
Screen roll again, Duckworth and Strickland.
There's the switch. Duckworth left alone on the baseline. Not this time. Stacey King lost the rebound.
And that was a bad shot by Robinson. There's no one on the rebound, and he took a hurried shot.
Stacey King missed the lay-in. Run down by Jordan. Loose ball foul.
I think that Kevin Duckworth is going to be called a loose ball foul. He really gave, I think, Scott Williams, who was it on?
I think they're calling it on Mark Bryant.
Mark Bryant, I think he really gave Scott Williams a shot underneath the basket on this loose ball when Stacey King misses this layup. Let's take a look at it. Keep your eye now on Scott Williams underneath the basket, right there. Well, I didn't see much there. I think Scott Williams just lost his balance, and when he saw him falling, thinking that Mark Bryant probably committed the foul. Let's take a look at it from this angle. I don't think that Mark Bryant didn't foul him.
Mark Bryant's number 2. If anybody did, it was Pippen. But nevertheless, Scott Williams goes to the free throw line.
Now, he has struggled at the free throw line big time this year.
Has 7 points in this game.
Shooting 64% on the season from the free throw line, Scott Williams. Tracy Murray in the game is a 3-point shooter. Last possession goes to the Blazers unless Chicago. Here comes Michael Jordan again. Nobody blocking him out.
Doesn't look like that foot's hurting him too badly. Bulls by 3, 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Now Strickland's going to isolate here, try to penetrate. Post up Porter.
Here's Tracy Murray. Jordan gets right out on it. Nice move by Murray. 3 seconds.
Took it too quickly.
Paxson. Paxson's first points of the game, and the Bulls lead it by 6 at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, Bob, the last words out of my mouth were that Tracy Murray took the shot too early. When you take it too early, the other team burns you. John Paxson with his first score of the ball game, a big 3-pointer to give Chicago a 6-point lead, their biggest of the game.
Well, the Bulls came alive there to lead it by 6. They trailed it by 2 at the half. Paxson hitting the 3 right at the buzzer to end the 3rd quarter. And Michael Jordan we didn't know if he was even going to play earlier today, and some people were thinking he might have had a career-ending kind of injury, but he got 12 points in the first half, had 12 in that quarter. Cliff Robinson, on the other hand, who's been the man for Portland, had a good first half, but has struggled in the second half. As the defense picked up a little, he has only 4 points.
Well, I think an interesting substitution. When Terry Porter scored the 7 points in the third quarter, he was going against the point guard. They came in with Strickland, moved into the 2 spot. He was matched up against Michael. Could not get his shot against Michael. That really hurt Portland.
Stacey King. That was partially blocked by Robinson, but followed up by Scott Williams.
Oh, what a big-time dunk there by Scott Williams.
He is a big-time player.
Yeah, I like Scott Williams. I think he really gives the Bulls great activity. He's a guy that can play 2 positions inside both power spots.
Strickland against Paxson. Behind the back to Mark Bryant. Trouble with Williams. 7 to shoot. Cliff Robinson. Missing again. He's only 1 for 4 in the second half. Jordan dishes. Pippen to Paxson. Yeah!
Boy, the people love to see John Paxson shoot the basketball. He really stabilizes his starting unit. BJ is much better, I think, with his second team. I think the Bulls would love to get John back in that starting lineup. Makes him a lot more lethal, and that's nothing against BJ.
No, it just gives them better chemistry. Robinson blocked by Pippen. Paxson hard to the hoop. King couldn't handle it. Pippen is there. To Paxson. 1 touch to Jordan. Bulls have come alive. They lead by their largest margin by 10. And says, wait a minute. I don't travel.
Michael said, wait a minute, John and Jack Madden, you didn't referee last year with a bad back. I don't move my pivot foot. Now, wait there. Oh, yes, he did. Michael did a dance step.
He can move it once, okay. Move it twice, okay. 3 times, he's got to do it.
That's exactly right.
Strickland, big play. Rod Strickland cuts the Chicago lead to 8 with 10:28 to go in the game. 4 points for Strickland.
By the way, all kidding aside, it is nice to see Jack Madden back refereeing this year after being out most of last year with back surgery.
Pippen's 18. He's fouled on the shot. We'll go to the line. That's, by the way, the first team foul against the Blazers. Bulls have none.
Murray, his third, team's first.
3 fouls on Tracy Murray, the rookie from UCLA, who started tonight because of Drexler and Kersey going back to Portland with their swollen knees. They put Jerome Kersey on the injured list. That means he'll miss 5 games. Drexler is not on the injured list.
Let's talk about free throw shooting of some of the Bulls. You see problems at the line. Scotty down 13%, Stacey 11%. Horace Grant down 23% as the team down 3%. 5th worst free throw shooting team in the NBA. That causes concerns at playoff time when the action slows down into a half-court game and there are more fouls and more free throws.
Pippen and Jordan both with 24 now. 10-point Bulls lead.
Well, as Cliff Robinson has cooled off, so have the Blazers. Only 4 points in this half. They are now down 10.
Scott Williams is playing Cliff Robinson. Great Bulls defense. The foul will be called, however, on Scottie Pippen. That's his third.
33, Scottie Pippen is third.
A tough shot by Mario Elie as he finally gets on the board with his first 2 points. Let's see with Michael sitting down if Portland can chip into this 8-point lead.
Nice pass to Williams, to Pippen, to Williams.
Beautiful give and go.
Oh, the Bulls are glad to be back home. They've struggled in this game.
Oh, man, did you see the crossover by Rod Strickland?
Thought that was Hardaway for a minute.
Exactly, Hardaway-ish.
Scott Williams, by the way, has tied his career high with 12 points. Stacey King. Pippen. Bryant kept it alive for Tracy Murray. Bad pass by the rookie. Chicago ball.
Now, see, Tracy Murray, that's just being impatient. Tried to make the pass underneath the basket. He just threw it off Rod Strickland. But look at this crossover move. My word. What a great move by Rod Strickland against John Paxson. Scott Williams sitting down and John Paxson to a great hand as B.J. Armstrong and Horace Grant check into the game.
Tucker in with the Bulls also, along with Stacey King and Pippen.
Now, Horace Grant has not scored in the ball game.
Mark Bryant with the rebound.
Has 4 fouls and is shooting 0 for 5 from the field.
Bulls by 8 points. Strickland out of control.
Good assist.
He'll get an assist for that.
That's the old shoe pass.
Mark Bryant lays it in. The shoe pass from Rod Strickland. By the way,
it's like your foot wedge in golf.
I have that.
Out in the woods.
I have that. I hit a tree with it the other day. Pippen back again.
What is this, Scotty? That's a new one. A running jump hook by Scotty. I've not seen that one. I've seen Scotty now for 7 years, or 6 years, I guess it is.
26 points for Pippen. He plays so much better when Michael Jordan is in. Armstrong has only Strickland to beat. Strickland unbelievably quick. Pippen has 28. The Bulls lead it by 10. 7:58 to go. Portland was making a move. Bulls have made substitutions. Jordan's on the bench. And Chicago leads it by 10. It's time for Dutch Boy in the paint, and you see the Bulls with 41 rebounds and also leading the Blazers in second chance.
Well, I think the real key here is rebounding. When the Blazers out-rebound their opponent, they are 8-0. When they are out-rebounded, they are 2-3. So they really predicate their game on their ability to rebound. This is Scottie Pippen, the long arm of Scottie Pippen. Beautiful little flip shot over the top of Cliff Robinson, who I think has gotten a little tired in the second half. Only 1 for 6 after 7 for 13, 19-point first half. So Portland is struggling to find points right now.
Struggling to find a shot on this possession. 5 seconds to shoot.
Well, they've gone 3 guards now with Porter, Ellie, and Strickland in the game.
Horace Grant with a rebound. He has 8 rebounds. Jordan resting. Pippen running the show for Chicago. On the floor with Armstrong, Tucker, Stacey King, and Horace Grant. That's an offensive foul. Stacey King. That's 4. 7:19 to go in this game. Bulls lead it by 10.
Well, there's still plenty of time for Portland to get back in the game if they can get some defensive stops and find somewhere where they can go offensively. Again, Porter's got to make it work here against Scottie Pippen. Strickland against BJ.
Ellie trying to beat Tucker off the dribble. Nice move. Couldn't get it to fall.
Mario Ellie's having one of those nights where he just can't get it to fall.
Strickland knocks it out of bounds. 17 to shoot for Chicago. Yes, you'll be heading down to Durham.
Absolutely. I hope the Blue Devils are getting their rest for that big game against Michigan tomorrow.
Hail to the victors. Or whichever team that might be.
Yeah, okay. Wait till I tell them down there at Duke you're singing the Michigan fight song to me today.
Might be tough getting a couple of tickets.
No free tickets from Coach K, that's for sure.
Wish you on the Chris and the Blue Devils success. Jordan with the pull-up jumper. Michael has 26. And that's 7 off his average, 33.
Somebody's got to find a way to score some points here for Portland. It's really slipping away.
Cliff Robinson was wide open. That was a very bad pass from Terry Porter.
Well, as Chicago has geared up their defense here, Portland has had no answers for it. Michael squaring you up, going up on the jump shot. Nice rotation. And knocks it right in the basket. Michael shooting the ball very well in the second half. I think that's 6 for 9 now for Michael in the second half.
10 to shoot for Chicago. Jordan talking to Porter as he backs him in. Turn around. Michael has 28. So does Scottie Pippen.
I think they want a 20-second timeout if they can get the ball across half court.
17 to shoot as they get the 20-second timeout. I mentioned that both Pippen and Jordan have 28 points. Pippen has tied his season high. And the Bulls lead it 91-77.
Again, Michael in the low post. Terry Porter cannot handle him. You can see him back him down. I think you got to come double team him, get the ball out of his hands, make somebody else try to beat you. Michael knows that Porter cannot challenge his shot, so he goes up very comfortably and strokes it.
Robinson with 7 to shoot against Pippen. Nice pass inside. There's a foul before the block. I don't know. They're playing. Remember, Portland's playing without Drexler and Kersey tonight. But I don't know if Portland can beat the Bulls.
Well, it's going to be interesting because the one thing they're going to have to be able to do against Chicago is they're going to have to be able to make Michael work harder for his points. Last year, I think he averaged close to 35 points in the playoffs against him, and going against Clyde Drexler. They're going to have to find a way to do something with he and Scottie Pippen, because those two guys really have their way against this ball club. And I like the depth. I like the changes that Portland has made. And we're going to have to see as the season wears on if the changes that Chicago made will help them once those guys get in sync.
So far, the changes haven't been that great. Jordan, beautiful pass from Pippen. Scottie with a big smile on his face as Michael got the lay-in. He has 30.
That's like a timing play in football where the ball is passed before the receiver breaks. When he turns, the ball is waiting for him. Great pass, great catch.
Think of Jordan as a wide receiver.
It'd be like a Jerry Rice, except for 6'6" instead of 6'2" or 3, I guess.
I hope not. 93-81, Bulls by 12, 5:13 to go in this ball game. Bulls looking confident now. Portland looking tired without Drexler in person.
Well, there's no doubt. Chicago's worn them down. Now they double in the post and leave BJ with the open shot.
And Horace Grant stole the offensive board. It's lost out of bounds. Pulls the ball.
Horace is saying, "Can I find a basket somewhere here tonight, please? I don't want to go on the schneid with an offer here. I'm working hard. I just can't get anything around the basket to fall my way." See, now Porter's got to go against Michael Jordan. This is no easy match for him.
8 to shoot. Porter bumps into Jordan and pulls back from 15 to get the bucket.
Got away really with a little push-off against Michael.
Yes, 10-point Bulls lead. Porter has 15. He's had to struggle for it. Now he's got to defend Michael Jordan. Stepped away about 2 feet. Michael rattles it home. Michael 1 point below his league-leading average.
Remember when I said in the third quarter Michael was getting that bounce back in his step? You can just, I've been around Michael enough to know when he gets that look and he starts getting that bounce and starts getting himself lathered up, and he's ready to explode, and that's what he's done here in the second half.
Duckworth from the corner. We can tell that Michael was feeling pretty good after he worked out before the game, and he walked over before he left and chatted with us for a minute. At that point, he had broken a sweat. He had a smile on his face, and you could tell he must have been feeling pretty good.
And rested, you know. I mean, he got a little rest, and he came out here tonight, felt himself along, and then has finished very strong.
Offensive foul. Phil Jackson explodes off the bench with 3:47 to go in this ballgame. Let's hold on here and see what's going to be called. They may change it now. That's why Phil got up so fast.
He said it was on the pass-off, and when Scottie heard the whistle, he threw the ball at the basket, so that should have been a 2-shot foul. Scottie got penalized for a very athletic play there.
Right. They say that it was on the pass-off, and so they simply got the ball inbounded.
Here's the little post-up.
It was on Cliff Robinson, by the way. Williams comes away with the ball. Knifing pass into Michael Jordan, fouled him up Williams.
They reset the shot clock when they shouldn't have. That's what the Portland Trailblazers are saying right now. The ball did not hit the rim. The shot clock was reset, and on that foul, there were 20 seconds showing on the shot clock. So I guess maybe it did hit the rim, maybe on the replay. Let's see if it did skim the rim. Yes, so good call. That camera never blinks. That's why when you watch films, when you're a player and you've messed up, you tell the coach, like, I didn't do that. And then he said, well, what's the film say here?
Look at this. Just another walk in the park. Jordan and Pippen, 60 points, 19 rebounds. Jordan 9 of 13 this half from the floor. And Scottie Pippen now has his league-leading 33 points. This will make it 34, which will help him raise that average a bit. Scottie Pippen plays so much better and feels and appears so much more confident.
Oh, he does. I think you hit it right on the head. Let me tell you something about Michael Jordan. In 7 years, he's been involved in every Bulls victory.
Every game he's missed, they've lost.
Exactly.
Duckworth doesn't get it. Grant's been a monster on the board. Strickland almost stole it, saved it. Robinson to Rod. Behind the back, in the paint, dishes to Buck Williams. Portland finally finds the hoop, and that wasn't easy. Buck has 11.
Portland's still hanging around. There's still 3 minutes to go, but the clock is starting to work against them. They're going to have to get some stops here defensively. They have to get a couple 3-point shots to fall for them.
The Bulls are milking the clock just a bit, down to 10. Down to 5. B.J. Armstrong left alone from Michael Jordan.
jumper to fall. He's had a lot of open shots tonight, 2 for 9.
Strickland penetrates, dishes to Robinson.
Boy, Strickland does everything to put the ball in the basket. He gets in the lane and drops it right off. One last possession to Buck Williams, this time to Cliff Robinson. That's Cliff Robinson's second field goal in the second half after a major first half.
25 points in the game for Cliff Robinson. He had 19 at the half. 2 minutes to go in the game. 5 to shoot for Chicago. Jordan.
Get it to Mike
For 3.
Oh, are you serious?
Stepped on the line. That's a 2. That's the
I
only
would say what? That shouldn't happen. I mean, he makes the game look way too easy, Bob. I mean, this guy hadn't played basketball in a week.
36 points.
He's supposed to be rusty.
Cliff Robinson is mugged down in the post. That foul on Scott Williams. He is not rusty. Michael is back. He is okay. I guess he'll send a note to Boston to say, does this look like my career is fading?
Well, look at this. As the shot clock is winding down, 1 second on the shot clock when he nails the jumper.
It was an inch from being a three-pointer. There they are, back-to-back world champions. Bulls looking for a three-peat, and they'll have to get past Portland to do it. They're doing it tonight. Michael Jordan, first half, 12 points, 5 of 10 from the floor. Second half, 24 points, 10 of 14.
Well, you can see what Chicago does this season. They are 7-0 when they hold their opponents under 100, 2-4 when their opponents score over 100. It looks like tonight they're going to be able to hold the Blazers under 100 points.
Stolen by Strickland to Murray. Bulls by 8, 1:47 to go. Murray has 12 points, Tracy, the rookie does.
Let's not write them off too soon here. It's only a 4-possession game, minute 40 to go.
And look at that ball. Monster jam, and Horace Grant has entered the scoring column. Strickland looking hot tonight.
Boy, he just, that was like revolving door defense by BJ, just escorted him right to the basket.
Very little time elapsed on those possessions. Bulls by 8, B.J. Armstrong. This is Jordan, this is the follow-up. Out to Ellie. Portland has the numbers. Murray for 3. It looks good.
That was right on line.
It was right
Scotty with a walk.
Whoa, big turnover. We had a good angle on that Tracy Murray jumper. He's got a nice form.
That was right on line, just a little short. Look at the ball movement by Chicago into the middle. Back to Scottie Pippen. To Horace Grant, and Horace says, Scotty, thank you. I finally scored tonight.
Hard to get to the hoop. 103-95 Bulls. Minute 14 to go. Porter getting by Jordan.
Nice strong drive. We got a 6-point game, Bob. Minute 10. So let's not be too premature here. We got a foul on Terry Porter. That'll only be the 4th, so the Blazers had 1 to waste. Chicago will inbound the ball with a new 24-second shot clock. The next one, they'll be shooting free throws. Say, if I'm in there, I got to think about fouling Pippen, Grant, or Scott Williams. If I'm Chicago, I get the ball to B.J. Armstrong or Michael Jordan. We see the timeouts, 2 for the Blazers, 3 and a 20 for Chicago. But Phil's got 3 bad free throw shooters on the floor right now, so if Portland is aware of this, they need to foul immediately.
Minute 9 to go in this ball game as the officials getting everything set with the official scorers on the sideline. They're checking on the foul situation, make sure. But with a minute 9, we have it that the next foul committed by either team will put them in the penalty.
They're checking to see if that was the second in the last 2 minutes. If so, it would have been a penalty regardless of whether it was 5 team fouls or not. So you got to keep the ball in the good free throw shooter's hands. I'd foul right now. If Horace catches the ball or Scott Williams, I'd give a foul.
Now they're running a lot of time off the clock. Now you're going to have to foul this guy or give him the shot. They're not going to foul at all.
See, now you get a call like
Trailblazer personal foul, Terry Porter, his second.
There's no way in the world you can guard Michael Jordan out there without putting your hands on him. No way. You let them burn really about, what, 15 seconds off the clock, and then you make the foul?
Michael Jordan shoots 2.
Not brilliant strategy.
Well, you know, in that situation, Bob, you think, well, if we stop them a couple times, get a couple threes, maybe we don't need to foul. But I think it really works against you. I don't think that there's any way that you can count on that. I think you have maybe put one of those bad free throw shooters to the line.
Jordan has 38 points. Sore foot and all. Quick pass down to Tracy Murray. Portland did score quickly. It's a 6-point game, 48 seconds to go. Portland now needing to steal. Scott Williams will go to the line. He is not a good free throw shooter.
See, this is good. Now, you've got Scott Williams, a 64% free throw shooter. You put him on the line. There's still 45 seconds to go. The thing I'm sure that Phil Jackson's not happy about is the Chicago's just giving Portland layups on the other end of the floor. They're not even contesting defensively. You see Phil saying it was not like this last year. It was a little easier.
He won't like this, but I tell you, Phil, that's a lot more gray hair.
Scotty Williams steps up and knocks it in.
That's a big free throw. Horace Grant came over to congratulate him. He says, I know how tough it can be hitting the free throws.
Chicago shot very well tonight, 82.
Both teams.
Portland is a little bit better free throw shooting team as Scott Williams defies my logic and makes them both.
He was very pleased with himself for hitting them both. 8-point Chicago lead, 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Home sweet home Chicago. The Bulls have been gone since November 14th. They are happy to be back.
Well, they have 6 of their next 7 games at home, so they'd like to be able to get their record back really to where it was last year. And we talk about rebounding be such a key for Portland in the first half. We saw they had the advantage. Remember, they're undefeated 8-0 when they out-rebound their opponents. Look what happened in the second half. I think a lot of that had to do with fatigue and the fact that Chicago started playing a little bit better, a little bit more aggressive around the basket.
What a strange turn of events. Portland's coming in here off of a victory. Chicago had lost 2 in a row on the road coming in. And Michael Jordan, some people even thought he might have had career-threatening injury. And it looked like Michael might miss the game and Portland would come in and have a chance to beat him. Instead, Drexler and Kersey get sent home with injuries. Michael plays and gets 38. And the Bulls get the win.
Well, I think anytime Michael's involved in an injury, there's a goaltend that they let Michael get away with. And anytime Michael's involved in an injury, sometimes I think it gets overblown because of his importance to this team.
You should have seen the video cameras out shooting video of Michael Jordan when he warmed up before the game.
This is goaltending. I'm sorry, but that's goaltending right there. That's called creative license when you're the best player in the NBA.
Cliff Robinson with 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 fouls in this ball game tonight. Just fouled out.
I really like the way Cliff Robinson is playing, though. He played a spectacular game tonight, a great first half. He did not have the big second half, but he was playing Scottie Pippen defensively. You were asking him to score. He's playing all-star basketball right now for Portland. I would have to say he's their most consistent player at this point in the season.
B.J. Armstrong with his 5th point tonight. Scott Williams has played a lot and effectively off the bench for Chicago tonight. Horace Grant rebounded well, but only scored 2 points. But it's been the Pippen and Jordan show.
Those guys set the
Jordan
tone.
and Pippen.
They set the tone. There's no doubt about it. They're the best 1-2 punch in the NBA, not only offensively, but I think they're the best players at their position defensively also.
And a good trend for Chicago as the Bulls hit their last 14 free throws. Michael Jordan with 38 points tonight. Coming off that sore arch that caused him to miss the Boston game. He has 12 rebounds.
The BJ's doing one of those things you do when you're a veteran player. See, you get the ball and you say, foul me here at the end of the game, and I'll get about 4 or 6 points at the free throw line and get my average.
I get a feeling that you think perhaps the Bulls are trying to get Paxson back in the starting lineup so B.J. Armstrong can come off the bench where he's more effective.
I believe that, and you know what? It's not anything that anybody has told me. This is my own opinion because I just think that they feel more stable there with John Paxson being with the starting lineup, finding his spots when Michael and Scottie Pippen penetrate, bringing B.J. off to stabilize that second unit, give them some scoring and some creativity off the bench. We know what their record has been the last 2 years with that kind of lineup.
111-99 Bulls, 10 seconds to play. Portland led it by 2 at the half.
Well, they're not going to score 100.
13 rebounds for Michael Jordan tonight to go with his 38 points. And the Bulls are happy to be back home.
They like that home cooking in Chicago. John Paxson only made 2 baskets, but he made them when they counted. Scotty Williams, a career high off the bench.
They did a great job tonight, Scotty Williams. The key was on the boards, though. Pippen and Jordan, 11 rebounds for Pippen, 13 for Mike to go with his 38 points.